3 minutes after 8 o'clock, coming to you live on Channel 40, TVC, TV Caribbean, and also WINNmediaSKN.com. This is Island Tea. And of course, we're also video streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and X, formerly known as Twitter, and of course Facebook. And I got my erstwhile co-host. Why is that funny?
Because of the things.
The things.
Yes, that you say.
Okay. So, good morning, Kay. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm good. Yourself?
Okay. TGIF.
Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah.
Thank God it's Friday. Good morning to the diaspora and the Federation, and for everyone listening. It's so nice of you to join us on our island tea, or bush tea, or coffee tea, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. We are glad that you would have joined us, but you know it is island tea. Yeah. Although I think we're both having coffee. We're cheaters.
No,
that's tea?
Yeah.
Okay, I made tea for the return of our other co-host. So yeah, he has chai tea with a tad of sugar. Because this chai, I don't know, something about it, it doesn't have a vibe. I don't know.
What brand is it?
Can't say.
Is it Celestial? Or?
No.
Okay.
It's Twinings.
Oh, Twinings. Oh, Twinings. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I find Bigelow, the vanilla one, it's better. You don't need to add anything.
Yeah, the Bigelow
It's
tea.
just mellow. Oh,
Bigelow
gosh.
tea is nice. Wow, you sound like tea connoisseurs, huh?
I know.
We know the
Jesus.
brand. We know the brands and everything.
Yeah, and which ones are the bomb.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Trinidad Carnival culminates on February, I think it's 12th and 13th.
Already?
And then the Wednesday, imagine that, Ash Wednesday. Wait, no, Valentine would be, okay, so Valentine would be a Thursday. Yeah. So when I heard the story this morning, I was thinking, oh, that's kind of cool. You have Carnival Monday and Tuesday, and then the 13th, and then Valentine's Day. So I can imagine you can have
Valentine's you broke, so maybe you should give your Valentine's a carnival costume. Because I can't see you having money after spending all that money.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. You've been to Trinidad, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
I've partaken in their carnival without a costume.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's it like?
Oh boy, it's big, it's loud,
Mhm.
it was fun. We went down the avenue. That's a place where all the troops pass, and so yeah. I even illegally, I have to admit, snuck in people's troop. Yeah. It was good.
It's not in people's troop.
Yeah.
Oh, so I mean,
Me and some of my colleagues, and on the way back to the hotel, boy, we couldn't feel our feet. We didn't realize how far we would have walked. We didn't realize, because we were just having beer fun that one year that I went.
It was much further than you would travel here for Carnival.
Yeah. That the next day when I went on the plane, a passenger came and said, "Oh, I saw you." I said, "Sir, you did not see me." Exactly. You didn't see me. You saw somebody else. Even if he saw me, he did not see me. Yes. But it's always fun.
That guy was really checking you out.
He's probably like, what? Mm-hmm. I know, I saw you. He even tried it with my next, my other flight attendant, because she was the lead flight attendant. And she was like, "Sir, you did not see me either." Because he's claiming he saw us on the avenue. No, you didn't. Today's work. Yesterday's gone.
You guys can work for the secret police. It's like if you happen to run into them with their hair down, and then they say they come by you for work, you can say, "But I saw you skinny dipping at so and so." You did not see me.
You did not see us. But yeah, the carnival is relatively big, and I think it's gotten bigger because everybody comes from. People come from Martinique, Guadeloupe, Saint Lucia, Barbados. Everybody wants to play in Trinidad. Yes, they have a big. They started coming over in droves.
Actually, I shouldn't be surprised because there was a lot of interchange between those islands and Trinidad, especially during the French colonial period. So yeah, and where they would trade slaves and stuff
all
like
of
that, and families and their families, you know. But you notice there are a lot of French names as well, Spanish names.
Exactly.
In
Trinidad.
Yeah.
So they've been coming over, and then remember, leading up to Trinidad Carnival, there are tons of fetes. So when you see them come back to the aircraft after all of this, Jamster, they have passes all the way up here. Literally.
So they keep them on sort of like
I did this.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a few petitions too that would have come back to St. Kitts after the carnival, and their hands were like up there for Trinidad and for Barbados, because what I think
nobody does that here, though, right?
This year I've seen folks with the passes, but only two, because in those islands they have fetes attached to their mass camp. Yeah. So you pay for the fetes as well as the costume. That's why it's so expensive. Yeah. So you have to put on the various bands every night to get into the fetes. Yeah. So I think you can buy the costume product with the fetes, or if you can afford it. So
it's like people just take their showers, every successive shower, and just leave the thing on. Huh?
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah. Wow. And those ones they're kind of meant to stay on for a little.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the ones I saw here were pretty too. They were ribbons, so I don't know how long those could have stayed on. But on the 4th, I did see a few folks still wearing their locks or their ultra on their hands. Yeah, I guess they wanted folks to know I played.
I mean, come on. I mean, going to imagine going to Trinidad, Barbados, or even Antigua, it has some cachet, right? So you want to come back
with all your band. Listen, you should see all the bands. Hi, Mishi. Good morning, Mishi.
Hi, Mishi.
Good morning to the lovely Kortensia. Good morning, Jamster. Good morning, take it to Nevis to the listing audience.
I wonder, which mic are you using?
Mishi.
3. Oh, she didn't use 3.
Use this one.
Yeah.
My mic wasn't working.
No, ma'am. So you wasted all of that.
I kind of heard it.
My good morning monologue was just absolutely epic. So
exactly.
Let's go. Good morning, take it to Nevis. Good morning, Jamster. Good morning, Kortensia.
Morning.
Good morning, Azard, who is on his way. We love you. We can't wait to have you back in the hot seat. Good morning to the elders and the shut-in. All my people, good morning to the teachers and the students of Bastia High School. We had walkathon today.
Oh,
yeah,
so you went?
Walkathon. I was at the school.
Oh boy, you sound like you're out of breath. You sound like you ran up the stairs this morning.
I was at the school this morning, and I was helping with supervising the children and watching the children, aka just being there.
Okay.
Sitting among them. So I got up early, and I was there. I normally go to walkathon, but I don't want to be so inaccessible to my mother.
Okay. So
I
kept close.
I kept close. I thought about going into the mountains, and then maybe it's my paranoia, like something happening, and then I'm in the mountains, or I don't know because I'm in the mountains.
Okay.
So I was like,
Fair enough.
But I heard Jamster's been talking about the perfume of the studio from my spilt coffee. So I brought some more. I heard Jamster's been talking about my spilt coffee perfume in the studio. I brought some more.
Talk about silver lining. And we always like when the silver lining is last.
And I have, I'll try my best not to spill today.
Yeah, because...
But I missed you guys.
Oh, we missed you too. You see, even Mishy's listening.
Yeah. Of course, I'm a big fan of the show.
Ain't we all?
It's a big fan of air conditioner.
Oh boy.
So, and then I guess you guys know that you guys don't follow Super Bowl, right?
Not really.
Taylor Swift is dating one of the footballers.
Travis Kelce.
So that's a big thing now.
Yeah,
and,
that's all I know.
And the the idiot Republicans think it's a conspiracy to goose Democratic voters, because she votes Democrat, and that if Kelsey's team wins, that it's rigged.
What I think is that these bitter old men without a platform, and so they're just bitching and mourning because there is this young influencer who, when she says something,
people follow,
and that's the difference between positional authority and influence.
Exactly.
So you are a whole senator, whatever you are politically, you have authority, but you have no influence.
Yes.
So I was, I'm here trying to bring up when the date is. When is come on.
For the Super Bowl?
Yeah, because I
have
because I know there are a lot of people who watch the Super Bowl for the halftime show, right? And we have Usher this year, so that's gonna be pretty fun. When is I actually looked it up during the week, and I forgot the date. That seemed
11th.
Oh yeah, 11th. Yes, here we go.
of
Yeah.
February at 7:30 p.m. It will be the Chief versus the 49ers. The 49ers in it again. You go for
Yeah, with Mahomes and the Taylor Swift's boyfriend is
See?
is the
Taylor Swift is taking the shine
is the
away
guy
from the
for
teams.
Kansas City.
No, I
agree.
don't think.
Everybody's just concerned about Taylor Swift, and then with his previous girlfriend, you only know about her now. What is her name? Something Nicole. She's of mixed race.
Yeah.
Her ethnicity,
Yeah.
a nice brown skin looking girl.
pretty
But you
girl,
never
yeah.
heard of
Pretty
him
girl.
then. So what are they trying to say?
Taylor
He would have
Swift
dated
has
up.
influence.
I'll tell
Of
you.
course.
I'll tell you guys.
But
Once,
now he could
But his
from.
girl is an influencer, though, Michi. The previous girlfriend. Oh Jesus, Taylor.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll tell
there's
you,
don't
right?
get
there's
me.
I'll tell
an
you,
influencer, and then there's Taylor Swift and Beyonce.
I'll tell you, right?
Those in a different stratosphere.
white dudes are weird because I mean you look at the previous girl and you look at Taylor. It's like a boy versus looking at the actual woman. You know,
Scratch his head.
because she's no. I mean, she looks.
Ooh.
I mean, the body is like bam. You know.
Because she is
Taylor
a
Swift-
personal trainer. His
Yeah.
previous girlfriend,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
is a personal trainer. So I
Okay.
don't know if she
Yeah.
trained him and that's how they got together.
So
but
yeah.
she's left in the
Yeah.
dust, and now Taylor
And
is
Taylor
like,
Swift looks like a 14-year-old boy. You know.
yeah. I'm still scratching my head on
Yeah.
that one.
Why?
I,
No, I tell them to their face. I tell them y'all are weird. Y'all want
they
women
they might
looking
have
like
Swifties in
Huh?
St. Kitts that come and get you. The Swifties are a force to be reckoned with, like the Beehive. Those people are real.
Good morning, Azard. Folks, for those of you who've been asking for Azard, ta-da, he's back. He looks shiny. He's wearing
Everyone's-
glasses. He has extra curls. His blazer looks brand new.
I guess
Ooh,
I guess
ooh,
For
ooh.
us,
I guess
for
the,
us.
the ambulance chasing went well. Then.
I must say, God has been good. I did miss the show. I tuned
We
in
missed you
now and
too.
again, but I try not to stay too long on the live because I'm like, oh gosh, I wish I was there. So I just
Aww.
did a little viewing just to make sure everything, I know everything would have been fine, and I saw. So I just want to say
That sounds
know,
very
so-
patronizing. You listen to make sure everything. What are you, your old boss?
no
What's
Jamster.
that about?
Oh, boy.
Why do you
They
always?
are back.
Why he always has to take it the wrong way?
Azad and Jamster are back. I see who missed who more. Michi, Jamster one.
So
I'm just having donuts and making sure not to spill my coffee again.
see, I did hear while driving that you spilled coffee, not tea, on
Coffee.
Island tea.
Sounds like he's gonna get off his belt.
Michi in
And
trouble.
it was at home coffee. It was the good one. It was like hazelnut.
Yep.
And then Jamster was saying something, and I turned around and it went boof.
No, for real. I came in here the other night just before Real Talk with Laffy, right?
I couldn't take,
And I was
Yes.
like,
I couldn't
was
take
like-
the credit that it was me because it's your
I was
coffee.
like, boy, in here, coffee is in here. So in here smells nice,
It
and it
must have been
smells,
like heaven
and it
for
smells
Jamster.
fresh.
Yeah.
It smells like really recent, right?
Yes.
So I was like, what's going on? And I had completely forgot. It's Kay is who reminded me about the spill. I'd forgotten about that.
She's
'Cause I-
lovely.
And then Tuesday
hazelnut.
night, same thing. Tuesday night, just before Biff's show, the
So-
sports
Coffee
show.
again.
So you're the steam of Island tea, and I'm like the little cocoa coffee flavor. The little cocoa
The steam?
flavor. Aren't you
That's
the
a-
hottest? You keep us going. Like I know managing the board like you do, Jamster, is an actual art form. It's a skill. And I work at another radio station, and I can't do it. I barely learn how to answer the phone.
Oh, wow.
So like when I'm on air and I'm taking calls, there literally has to be an engineer there because I'm like botching it every single time.
Oh,
It
boy.
looks harder than it is.
Maybe
It
you
looks
should
harder than
teach
it
me.
is. Okay, so
Maybe
it's
we
easy
should take
then.
lessons, Carty.
Well, it's not easy, but it's not rocket
Carty's
science.
face is like maybe
What I
not.
mean, you know.
But yeah, I
Okay.
definitely would like to learn how to run the board.
I'll teach you when I get some time.
Oh yes. Okay, I see what he was saying.
Yeah. So customers just having her or usually Mishi. So yeah.
So what
Okay.
kind of tea do we have?
So he
I
can
s-
see himself now.
Is it aloe tea?
No, aloe what?
I heard,
No.
What?
I think
I did
Rusty
chai
said in
with
the,
a
in
little
the chat
sugar.
said try aloe. Oh, and he said try aloe tea. I thought he said that we
Oh,
had
no.
aloe tea. Okay, then my
Weren't there
bad.
tea bags like that? Oh no, it's an aloe drink. I'm mixing it up.
What
Uh,
that thing that
Oh,
it
look,
comes from.
Kathleen gave us the date, but I wasn't on Facebook just yet. Good morning, Kathleen. Good morning, Skeeter Mills. And good morning, Rusty.
So, guys, I was looking at the news, and I saw a number of things in the news. I think that Kortensia, you said that you guys touched this one, the 8 persons who, based on the report, I looked at it at Loop News and said that 8 persons failed to disclose the declaration. So I want to look for the article. I don't know if we.
Yeah, we touched it.
Okay, we
but
touched it.
We didn't really go into the names of the people because
Okay, so it has the 8 officials in St. Kitts and Nevis face charges for failing to declare assets. And of the 8, we have the offending public officials. We have the magistrate Fitzroy Eddy, Sanju Ngala, general manager of ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation. We have Ricky Lenrick Lake, chairman of the Urban Development Corporation. We have Ruthing Harris.
Ricky Lake is the chairman of the urban. Oh, that's good, some juicy news.
Yeah, he taught at the Washington Natural High School.
He taught me physics.
He taught me physics and chemistry.
Is that
Yeah.
teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Then he worked at CFPC for a bit. It's good to know. Good
Yes.
to know.
So Rutlin Harris, member of the Public Service Commission. Oral Brandy, general manager of the Nevis Air and Seaport Authority. We had Stedman Trust, chairman of the Nevis Electricity Company Limited. We have Albert Gordon, general manager of Netflix, and Pamela Martin, chairperson of the Nevis Tourism Authority. So in the article here, it says that 2 officials had their names omitted as the DPP is awaiting a legal opinion regarding the effect of their resignation on their obligation to file. So I figure
I didn't see the AG. Is he exempted?
you didn't see him where?
His name on the list is
On the name on the list in terms of.
There was a list circulated that gave an estimate. I don't know if those are actual figures. I don't.
Estimates of like their network and what
Yes.
they declared,
Mhm.
but I was that's we have to say allegedly for
Yes.
that, no? Because it's
Yeah,
okay.
so it's alleged because we see things circulated, but we haven't seen the source to verify whether it comes from a credible source.
to say if that was the actual list of submissions.
Yes.
Okay.
So does the AG have to be on the list?
Well,
no. It's not a real list, but the assumption is that he would have submitted his. There is this list.
No, I don't mean the now list. I'm just asking if the AG is one of the individuals in the federation that has to declare his assets.
For sure.
Yeah, based
Okay.
on the schedule.
that's
For
Sure.
sure,
Yeah.
he holds an office that could be manipulated.
Okay.
And
Understood.
so transparency and accountability, we can't say, like,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe we can because of his personal circumstance. But if he got like $50 million richer being a AG,
Yeah,
you
we
know,
need to know why.
kind of suspect.
Yes.
So
So those are some. That's from that article. So we read and it says, and what I found interesting is that persons would have resigned. Here it says 2 officials had their names omitted as the DPP. 2 officials had their names omitted as the DPP is awaiting a legal opinion regarding the effect of their resignation on their obligation to file. So it seems as though they resign and did not file, and so whether or not their resignation takes away that obligation for them to file, I'm assuming that is what the legal opinion would be on. And it says another official was granted an extension until February 5th on compassionate grounds due to the death and recent burial of his mother. And this basically, if you look at what the charges are, the public officials who are found guilty of breaching Chapter 22.18 of the Integrity in Public Life Act face fines up to 30,000 Eastern Caribbean dollars or imprisonment up to 3 years.
I'm just saying that's not the sweet part, and I think they gave the ministers and the cabinet members grace, a lot of grace, and then when they were safe over the line, that's when they went for everybody else. That's what I think what really happened, and that's the juicy part for me. Like, those people, I'm not saying that they're right, but I think they gave the ministers and the cabinet members grace after grace after grace, and then when they were safely over the line, then you went for everybody else who didn't abide.
Okay.
That's the juiciness for me.
Yes, so those are some interesting. In fact, I looked at the schedule over and over again because the schedule that was first published when the Team Unity administration was in power, extended the list to other persons, including chairpersons of different political parties and stuff like that. So in fact,
You're supposed to file Azard?
no, the revised schedule excludes those individuals. And so I really did take it on to myself to confirm, even though I saw that there was a revised list, I really took it upon myself to confirm that the revised list was the actual list that was there. In fact, I think that is important that we take serious these charges, because $30,000, at least for persons like me, is no money that you just throw about there. And the imprisonment up to 3 years, I think that is significant. So these kind of things one ought not take lightly. It's really serious matters.
But do you think anything is going to happen in St. Kitts though?
Oh boy, that's rough.
That's a good question. We'll see. I mean, the fact that names were published, the fact that the DPP made it his business, so to speak, to address the media, to make public comments.
I think it's a spectacle.
Okay.
I honestly think it's a spectacle because, let's say, for instance, the Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas decided, me really study now. He abided, he followed the rules, and so he did what was right professionally and as a responsible leader of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. But let's say Dougie decided, me study now. Like, what did the DPP gonna do?
I mean, the DPP has the powers, but I understand what you mean. You might have the powers, but when
you have positional authority, but when all of number 6 come for you, what you gonna do? And some of number 2 and some of number 3, and because some persons in this society is untouchable, and so I find his spectre and his commentary very interesting. I don't give it too much attention because, as I said, I think is after all of the untouchables crossed the line that we went for the stragglers. But anyhow, any member of cabinet, this functioning cabinet, did say, me play with all you, the game would have had to play out because there are untouchables in the society, and we know that, especially him being a foreigner. We are very interesting to foreigners, especially foreigners in authority. I
mean, your points are interesting, and could be given validation in the fact that you do realize that from the names that were given, those persons who
and when the names were published,
yes,
because the first instance when they should have been published, all of them didn't do it, you know, and only now you notice none of them naming it. I could have bet $2 from the time.
At least you weren't betting $30,000.
No, I was gonna bet $2, not even 3. But those names of the cabinet members would have never been published under any circumstances because they are untouchable. And so Animal Farm, all of us are equal, but some are more equal than others. And even the Nevis Island administration, the integrity. We have a call?
Yeah, we have a call.
Okay.
Good morning and welcome to Island Tea.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning to you guys. Good morning to you guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Very well the appropriate time to be talking about this issue. And, you know, it seems like, first of all, let me ask the question, how much person was charged yesterday?
Well, based on what we have, the information, and I'm going from the articles, they said that there are 8 officials in St. Kitts. It's important to note in St. Kitts because they have not indicated anyone in Nevis so far. So the names for the Nevis individuals are still to be given and information on those from Nevis. So they say 8 officials in St. Kitts face charges for failing to declare assets.
Okay,
so they were charged?
For me right now, I just want to put the plug in for the Nevis stand. Undoubtedly, up to yesterday, I was talking to one of the top officials there. It seems like they're very much well leading with this Integrity in Public Life bill. But they have a big issue there that the opposition side is very much responsible for there because we don't have a leader of the opposition in the NIA Assembly. And that has created a situation that doesn't seem like it's going to get solved anytime soon. But the premier himself is making some steps to try to get that situation worked out. You got a question?
I wanted to know because I went to the there was a press conference recently at Solid Waste where the AG and his team, members of the commission, both St. Kitts and Nevis, were talking about the intricacies of the bill and adherence to the bill in St. Kitts and Nevis. And what the members of Nevis said is that the CCM went into the house and they made it so difficult for the commission to actually prove anything, to do anything. And so it's interesting you said no. The premier is very different from the commissioners. The premier is going to say what he needs to say to protect his interests and protect his reputation on the ground. But when you actually search the laws and the bills and the policies that he put in place to tie up their hand is a very different story. Fact is very different from fiction. I was in the front seat.
I got that in a different way. What my advice to the premier was just maybe he should just leave all the stuff alone. Instead of trying to make efforts to get that shit right, excuse me, sorry about that. he should just leave it alone, and then just write out this term here, because the efforts that he has made, people are gonna like come after him and say, well, certain people are gonna formulate their own opinions. You know what I mean? He is trying to make that situation work, because without the opposition leader, it's affecting the Integrity Commission and the Nevis end. And the NRP members and them, they should have really paid attention to this stuff when they decided to fall apart like they did. Because now it created a domino effect, and the steps that they was making in Nevis to go forward with this Integrity Commission is now totally affected. You know what I mean? Because they don't have an opposition leader. And you guys can do some research on that and bring that conversation forward. But for me, talking about this DPP and his office, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis got to hold these guys now while we have them like this, because the DPP is somewhat sliding backwards, believe it or not.
Okay, caller.
His office is going to get corrupted, and it's already done seems like that to me, because the list that this man put out before in a press conference before, he indicated the list was so long.
Okay, caller, we're going to have to end it there for now. We have a segment coming up.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay,
you can always call back later on. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thanks. No problem.
Okay,
Thanks.
so 8:31. We're supposed to be joined by Chad Kelly of the Caribbean Lottery. They're launching they're launching some promotions. I guess for the Valentine period and so on.
Valentine is coming.
So let's take a quick
Where's
break.
your boyfriend?
At home.
Let's take a break and await our guest.
Found the sound 98.9 FM.
Get your blitz on. Get your blitz on. Get your blitz on. Cash Blitz.
Play Cash Blitz and get your blitz on. Cash Blitz is here, the newest scratch game from the Caribbean Lottery. With 4 tickets to choose from and the chance to win the big ticket top prize of $200,000. So get your blitz on today at Caribbean Lottery agents island-wide. Must be 21 and over.
Get your blitz on. Cash Blitz.
Grow and Glow, Hortford's Building and Nevis Center's 25% off lawn and garden show. Happening now at Hortford's Building and Nevis Centers. Every day is a lawn and garden show. Step into the world of lush greenery and vibrant blooms with our Grow and Glow Lawn and Garden Show sales event. Transform your space with 25% off all lawn and garden products. From quality lawn and garden tools and equipment to premium fertilizers, we've got everything you need to make your your garden flourish. But hurry, these deals won't last forever. It's time to create the garden of your dreams and let your outdoor space grow and glow. Visit us today at Hortsford's Building and Neva Centers and watch your garden grow and glow while supplies last. Visit Hortsford's Building and Neva Centers today and let your garden shine with our 25% off Grow and Glow Lawn and Garden Show. Your oasis awaits, so seize the savings now. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
(8:33) as we await the arrival of Chad Kelly from the Caribbean Lottery to talk about their upcoming promotions, we just continue to shoot the breeze here on Island T.
So as we indicate with that, and I think Michelina was making some good points there and some considerations, and we had a caller in relation to it. I mean, I just think that it's important for us to, these rules, these regulations, they came in during a time where persons felt that public officials should be more transparent in how they deal with matters. And so from that stem, we get the integrity in public life that, according to the AG, has said before that it would help to reduce corruption of public officials, all of these legislations.
Okay, we have a call, and so let's take it.
Go ahead.
I'm wondering if the guy is deciding to use the phone instead of coming in. Caller, go right ahead.
Yes. Morning. I
Good morning.
Michelina, you might have been a little bit harsh on the AG in calling it a spectacle. After all, he has ventured deeper than any other, to use a tourism slogan, ventured deeper than any previous DPP. And Azard would know this. They're saying justice must not only be done, but be seen to be done.
Correct.
Okay,
yes.
so publishing names and, naming and shaming, so to speak, is a part of this. I think, there are those who feel that once the DPP is new and gets into the social scene, start rubbing shoulders on the golf course or wherever, that may act differently. But at least he has set a tone, which I don't think he could just withdraw from. So, I all in all, I think, give him a break. He's in uncharted territory, like I said. And so, we wait to see if the other officials who are supposed to hold them accountable, who are supposed to provide oversight, if they are going to step up to the plate, look at his tone and adopt his tone, as opposed to give the elites and so on a break while they go after the small fish.
Before you go off of the phone, think with me, because we're supposed to be sharing different perspective and asking interesting questions to buttress the conversation to make it flavorful and interesting. We want people to think. We want people to think critically. Don't you think a break is and was already given if you're following the fact, not opinion, that he is out there and doing? When was the first date? Because a lot of chances were given. When was the first date for submission? And why was it changed? We don't know why the date was changed. We didn't know who didn't meet. And so for shaming and naming to be effective, and not just effective, but fair. Because I think equity is very much a part of the law.
I think those breaks were strategic and they worked in the sense that...
I think the only reason...
Remember, it's 90% now apparently have declared, right?
When the untouchables went over the line, it was free to name and shame. Before the untouchables come over the line, there would have been consequences to pay. We are Kititians and we know what the Kititian culture is.
Yeah.
In order to change it, we have to insist that it change by speaking to it. Mm-hmm. When you want to make change, you have to speak to the thing.
That is exactly why we have these things, because we know the nepotism and the cronyism and so on that goes on. And so these are intended to stop all that, all right? But it's something new.
The owner of the house don't change the laws.
I, for one, didn't mind the breaks as long as now we have something of substance, and that going forward, everybody knows the rules, everybody know that nobody making joke with them, and we expect things not to slide back, but to progress even better going forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your
Thank
point.
you, Mr. McMahon.
Thank you so much. So as we continue, another thing that I saw interesting is that, and it's here on the Win FM page. In fact, I'm trying to search for it right now.
Okay, let's take this call in the meantime.
We have a caller?
Caller,
Okay,
go right ahead.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
And good morning to the house. It's a pack house.
Yes.
Important business. We ain't playing with them for you, you know. Pardon, we're not playing with them. If the poor man got to abide on the road, who taking the money and doing as they like, got to abide.
Amen.
And something jumped out to me yesterday while Timothy was talking. That he put things there to show the jokers them how to stimulate the country, especially when it comes to money. But they play. These people feel like their own people, you know. The organization there, you know, they feel like their own people. You see? Once you give them the hem of the country, they feel like their own people. Now look what this young girl Jaya Clark is doing. Handling petition, born petition, who parents work hard in the cane field from getting a piece of land and telling lies. But land got this and land got that just because they keep for that in its certain people.
Jam down. We have jam down.
If you done with it.
Jam down. We have no way of verifying that. So please be careful with your comments. The last thing we want is a strongly worded lawyer letter showing up here, right? So please take it easy.
Another thing that I found interesting is the fact that the Media Association, and it says here, Media Association of St. Kitts and Nevis, it says, admit the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis celebrating and commemorating being the first stop on the itinerary of the maiden voyage of the largest cruise ship to date, Icon of the Seas. Local Media Association has an issue with the coverage of the historic event. It says no private media organizations were included in the coverage of the arrival of the Icon of the Seas, including the opening ceremony. The local media association pointed out that the inaugural docking of the largest ship in the world is just the latest in a string of ceremonies in which the tourism ministry has excluded private media houses from participating.
Does MCH consider a private media house? How do I become a private media house? It's like, it sounds like I could get like free wine and crackers.
But then you would be excluded from tourism events based on this article if you're a private media house.
But then I could join the union because I'm sure we're going to get it. I'm sure we're going to have a union.
So what the statement goes on to say, in a statement, the Media Association of St. Kitts and Nevis shared that it brings to the attention of the general public practice that has been adopted by the Ministry of Tourism, Civil Aviation and International Transport, under whose authority lies the St. Christopher Air and Seaport Authority, in which private sector news media have been deliberately excluded from covering significant events at the ports, a trend that was observed since 2023. So this spoke out to me because I thought, in and of itself, you know, the media is seen as the fourth state, the fourth arm of the state. And so I thought that, you know, when I saw the article and the Media Association really speaking out on this matter, I thought that, you know, that's a good thing because oftentimes I often say, if you don't have a voice, if you're afraid to speak on issues that affect you, then it allows persons to continue to do what it is they want. And if it is that the Media Association here is saying that they are not they're not included in things tourism related. When we look at tourism is our product, who we are as a people, and we had the conversation before about our culture, what our culture is. And so it is important, I think, that all stakeholders, all media agencies be given an opportunity to be a part of the process. I don't know if persons out there feel the same way. Maybe the persons out there feel as though, it's okay for tourism to exclude the local media or private media and just to have, their own media station there when it comes to tourism events. Maybe that is a popular view. Maybe I'm the only one.
Did we reach out to the Ministry of Tourism for a comment, or did they say they reached out to the Ministry of Tourism for a comment? I'm not making excuses for the Ministry of Tourism. If they did it, it's really very much in poor form. But could it be an oversight? Did they try to become a part of it or take up space or participate and they were refused?
The article says previously the private sector news media were invited to cover major events at both the R.L. Bradshaw International Airport and at the Port Zante cruise ship facility. Media houses that intended to be present were required to submit particulars ahead of the arrival of new ships and new airlines coming into these two mentioned ports. Currently, this has stopped without any communication with the local news media.
Maybe somebody else was promoted into the job and they forgot that element, so we're just going to circulate the information that the public media houses want to be included to give coverage. So look into that.
The private
ones,
yes.
The private media houses.
So the Media Association has carefully noted that the Media Association has carefully noted the change and has confirmed that no private sector news media has received an invitation to cover major events of the above ministry since 2023, except the press conference. So they're invited to the press conferences. But they're not invited.
Given access to big events.
Yeah, big events. And what they're saying is that this had been the practice for some time.
But that's what I'm saying. We just move up people after election and so. So maybe there's a new person, and if there's not a new person, I stand to be corrected. I'm just giving grace. Maybe they don't know that the private media houses.
Attempts to contact the management of SCASPA regarding events that took place at the Air and Seaport on St. Kitts to obtain an explanation have not been successful.
I was trying. You see how Azard raised his voice on me and repeat? I want you all to see how Azard raised his voice on me and he repeated. I was just trying to give some grace, Ministry of Tourism.
Hey guys, let's take this call. 8:45. Yes. Caller, go right ahead. Okay, so
Ministry of Tourism, Air and Seaport, whatever y'all formal name be, we need to do better.
Okay, let's try again. Caller, go right ahead. Island T, please be brief.
Good morning.
Oh,
hey, good
Hi,
morning.
Miss Henry. You're waiting for Azard, man.
Michelina.
Hi, me went nowhere, darling.
Oh, I thought you were on the bench too.
Good morning.
And I see I'm the other one come off the bench.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I missed you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Miss you, Michelina.
Yes.
And the nice lady,
Kortensia, the nice one. She is though. She is the nice one. She's going to get us into heaven.
And you won't get them into trouble.
I know. That's why we need a balance to get us into heaven.
Is you jam to let me send the message to you now? Michelina, you make us get a letter from the lawyer.
Hello.
I get one last night.
You were saying?
Me don't get one already, one give me one.
I get one last night, then before last. But God is good.
Although I did.
I got one medium.
I expect to get a lot more.
In all fairness.
Anyway, let me get to the point.
Yeah.
Now, you see, during the carnival, they had all kind of foreign media.
Yes.
They didn't come on their own, They were invited to come and see and advertise for us.
Yep.
You have local people. Now, if they were allowed to even go on the boat, they would help to promote not only tourism, but even the boat itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I listened to a comment made by someone on another station who questioned the event on the Sunday, and they were telling, ZIZ brought it. So they have come to a conclusion that if you want anything from the media now, you must go to GIS
and ZIZ. So why did these people qualify themselves and equip themselves to become second-hand peddlers of information?
Yeah.
And then when you look at these as government-owned, ran entities, and so persons want an independent voice. Persons want an independent voice. Persons want a voice that is outside of the government to report on matters.
Look, even if you get a press release, right? I remember Donkey years ago did a communication in radio, of course, right? And they were saying even when you get press release, you're supposed to analyze it, not just repeat it, ask questions. So to me, I suspect what's going on, because I just confront some of them. Oh, well, people asking about this CBI. Oh, well, keep on asking what it is, you might get the answer. What you call that? I mean, one of the top advisors said it on groundings. Just keep on asking, keep on asking.
But Miss Henry, the article goes on to say that the association awaits a response from the minister. It is also noteworthy that the ministry did not communicate at any time with the private sector news media about any change in coverage policies or restrictions since the current administration took place.
The article well detailed. The article well
until you understand that, get it from ZIZ, so ZIZ becomes the only credible news around here as far as they're concerned.
And that to me, it limits diversity of opinion, diverse opinions. It limits.
Not only that, it is timing the people from practicing their career.
Their craft,
yeah. And to me,
they could all get up and go, and they could even stay in, as some of them do, work for outside agencies and just ignore saying it's news.
And that is what is going, and that is a terrible situation to happen, where you feel that in your country, unless, and then when the government owns all the media houses, the only media houses that are allowed to report comes from government, therefore persons feel that they can't report anything other than that is favorable to government in fear of losing their jobs.
A socialist state or communist state.
Or you get circulated like me in the private group chats being talked about, being mocked.
I sure you don't get more than me. Lord, I get my mother, my father.
I'm just learning about my circulatory,
and also what you do.
Let me tell you, just like Jamaica, your background. Don't even respond to them.
No, I don't make up my cat back.
But then the media association in this article says this.
Let them air up the ignorance. Let them air up the ignorance.
That the media
got some people,
The Media Association of St. Kitts and Nevis finds this anti-news media policy to be unacceptable, an affront to the citizens and residents of the Federation, and certainly counterproductive in the context of transparency, accountability, and democracy.
And good governance, straight in there, good governance.
So what happened to all of these things? They were something of information that did.
Freedom of information.
Freedom of information that did. It is, you will only get freedom of information if it comes from ZIZ or GIS. What they say goes. And I'm surprised that here you have young people supposed to have some level of intellectual capacity. Playing socialists. This is not Cuba,
and the
China,
thing
nothing,
the thing about it, those who support the government, it's fine, they feel it, but
they're ignorant.
I dare you.
They are ignorant.
If you once have a thought that goes against the government, I am sorry when the pressures and the hammers come on you, because every agency...
Fine, Azard went on vacation and he come back strong.
Every agency that is there to help you, you're going to destroy it. And so when it is that the government comes after you, there will be no one to help you.
For me...
But Azard, be honest, that is how all the political parties in St. Kitts are, I work in that government service. So hear me? Let me tell you. I work in a government service from 68 until 2003-4 when I left. Party come, party go, and the people who are near the ministers, they're nothing but what you call them, oppressors.
Keep back.
You can't, even if you come with an idea, you're going to know. Even they send you go on courses and whatever. And when you come back, they want you to continue where you live from. I said, no, I didn't go away to learn, to come back, and I'm not asking anybody how to change anything. I'm not doing it. I am not. Oh, me then, I say, you want to say?
But when
I
you
want
go-
so and so done, so and so.
But when you go to university and so they
Okay.
teach you to analyze, they teach you to take the information and
Come back.
come back and ask questions. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we have had a reschedule. They're gonna come at 9. Caribbean
Okay.
Lottery.
No
So they
problem.
come at 9. Now I'm gonna forward you the talking points now.
Okay.
Kortensia, you have them, and Michi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
have them. Nothing was sent.
Okay.
Yes.
No, it's okay. They can lead.
Yeah. So another thing that I wanted to touch, and I guess we will wrap it up at the 9 o'clock hour, is the press conference of the PLP, which I thought was really, I look at all conferences, and
I wanted to go to this press conference in particular, but I didn't have a ride.
and you could have watched it on. It's still
I
on
wanted
YouTube.
to be there. I like to be in the front seat.
Yes, so I just want to play a little short clip. I don't want to play it in the entirety because we really don't have much time. So I just want to play a little short clip, and so we can make our comments on it.
When, for example, our hearts lifted with the realization that the largest cruise ship was coming to St. Kitts and Nevis, one of 3 ports in our Caribbean, St. Kitts, St. Thomas, and the Bahamas. And you would have thought, wow, all the stakeholders will be making good money. That didn't happen. The majority of the passengers did not come off the ship. So how will that benefit the traders at Port Sante, the taxi operators who are there, the people in Black Rock waiting for them to come to give support to their business? They didn't come off. Were they told, like the lady on an earlier ship, not to go off in St. Kitts and Nevis? Were they distracted by the spectacle of a whole cabinet tied up on a ship for almost all the day? All the day. They are interested in photo ops rather in serious negotiation. Here it is, our country, because of the work and vision of your team unity government, was one of only 3 destinations that boat could have gone to. And the results are so disappointing. You saw on social media, taximan sitting down, some 8, 9, 10 of them around him, nothing go on. Nothing go on. And when one apologist of the government says, but the government did its work, the operator said, no. And he's so right. The government did not finish the job. It is one thing to get them to come, but you must get them to spend. And the government duty is to prepare all the service providers to be able to maximize their revenues from the arrival of the ships. When the government becomes a spectacle on the ship, tying up time and wanting to take photo ops around the ship and come meet the Prime Minister, they made the arrival of the largest cruise ship about them and their vanity. And their vanity. They want a picture, a photo that they are on this big ship. For them, it's history in the making. For our country, it's not been history in the making, reflected in the...
Okay. So, given the interest of time, I chose not to play the entire thing. We have about 3 minutes left, and so we could open and have a discussion on it.
Martine,
Okay, no, we have 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Yes.
So it's 8:57.
So when I heard this, I said to myself, I listened to it last evening, and I said to myself, well, I ain't no PLP, but me agree with he.
You come back to spicy.
I tell you, he went on vacation and he hot.
I must say, kudos, commendations. We got the
Uncle
largest.
Timo.
We got the largest ship on right now here in St. Kitts and Nevis. I must say, kudos to Captain Harvey. I was at Scasper when Harvey was there as well, and so I had the opportunity to see him in action. And I must say, kudos to him. Kudos to the ministry, the largest ship and everything being here. I must give commendation to the farm administration as well in terms of the second cruise pier that allow for such an access or such an opportunity to be given. And then I thought, okay, then it will be a great opportunity to see the taxi drivers benefit from this. But more and more when I looked at it, and I looked at it not being here, but from different shows, all I saw on the social media was mainly the cabinet ministers taking pictures at this thing that they call the icon. And I said to myself, really, to what benefit was it to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis in terms of the taxi drivers and everything? And we have seen the videos. And I mean, I'm pressed for time. I really don't have much time.
We can pick it up Monday, Azard.
Left on this, so we could really speak on it on Monday.
May I speak on it on Monday? Because it's quite a juicy topic. So Monday it's going to be scheduling. We're going to play the tape again because it's going to be fresh enough.
And we could play other clips from the PLP press conference.
Okay, guys, we have to go to the break. 1 minute to 9 o'clock. We got to get a break. We have Caribbean Lotto coming up next. Chad Kelly from Caribbean Lottery will be joining us.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
TVC Financial Services. We're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TDC Financial Services. We are strong. TDC Financial Services. This is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Get your blitz on. Get your blitz on. Get your blitz on.
Cash Blitz! Play Cash Blitz and get your blitz on. Cash Blitz is here, the newest scratch game from the Caribbean Lottery. With 4 tickets to choose from and the chance to win the big ticket top prize of $200,000. So get your blitz on today at Caribbean Lottery agents island-wide. Must be 21 and over.
Get your blitz on. Cash Blitz!
Go ahead, Kay.
And we are back here on Island T. As we would have mentioned before, we are having an interview now with Mr. Chad Kelly from the, am I saying it correct, the Caribbean Lottery?
That's correct.
Alrighty, so welcome, Chad, and I would want us to dive right into it. So we know you're running a promotion, but before we get to the promotion, we will just ask you about some of the games that you have at the Caribbean Lottery. So first off, how to play the Pick 3 and the Pick 4 Mega Ball?
Okay, great question. I just said games. We're going to get into Pick 3 and Pick 4. I just want to mention the games that the Caribbean Lottery have. Of course, we know there's Super Lotto.
Okay.
That's a jackpot game that's played all across the region. There is Lucky Pick that is also played all across the region. But Lucky Pick is just in St. Kitts, St. Martin, Anguilla, Antigua, whereas Super Lotto is also played in Jamaica, Trinidad, and Barbados. So Super Lotto always have a higher jackpot because there's a bigger contribution to the jackpot.
Okay.
And there's Express Cash, which we'll get into later, so I won't touch Express Cash right now. But we have our numbers games, Pick 3, Pick 4, Caribbean numbers, and of course you can't forget our scratch tickets.
So you mentioned Pick 3 and 4 being in just a few islands. Why those? Why were those islands chosen?
Well, Lucky Pick is just in that's the jackpot game. That's just in the East region.
Okay.
Yep. The regions like Barbados and Trinidad, Jamaica, they have other jackpot games that are even bigger than Super Lotto.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Alrighty.
But pick 3 and pick 4, how to play.
Yeah.
It's, you pick 4 numbers between 0 and 9, and it's really that simple. Picking 4 numbers between 0 and 9, but how to play, you can play it straight, of course. If you know, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 as an example. If 1, 2, 3, 4 comes, then you win a prize of, it's, I think, $4,000. But then you can also play box, which is random. Most people play straight box because this is an option that you can play. So you cover your straight bet, but you play random just in case the numbers don't come in the same order that you give it. And this game is drawn 4 times a day, and there are 3 sets of winning numbers. So even if you don't get the top winning numbers, which regular players call in the head, you get an opportunity to still win.
Okay.
But the main feature that we've added recently since last October is the Mega Ball. And the Mega Ball is just really, really awesome, because for just $1 extra on your bet, you can win an additional $10,000, which is more than twice the top prize. For just an additional $1.
What's the top price for the pick 3?
Pick 3, you can win top prize for pick 3, I think, and it's about
$1,000?
No.
Okay.
For the Mega Ball, you win an extra 1,000. But really and truly, within the game, based on how you play, the like a straight bet price don't matter, because you can increase your wager up to as much as 5 times. And whatever you actually win, we have to multiply it by 5. So people who win, we've had people winning crazy money, which we'll get into in terms of winner awareness and stuff. But they increase their wager so high, and they play so many bets where you have folks winning $250,000 and that kind of stuff.
And it's kept so quiet?
Listen,
it's obvious that you don't want any patrons, because I have never heard that.
See,
I just picked 3 numbers.
Go and buy a ticket.
This is the reason why we're here. We're trying to amp up the winner awareness and folks knowing what happens in these games. Because to be quite honest, I'm a part of the Caribbean Lottery now since 2022. And after joining the institution, I felt like I was introduced to a world I didn't know exist.
Okay.
Because I didn't know folks are winning that kind of money right here in St. Kitts. In December alone, we paid out like about $574,000 in December alone.
Wow.
No way.
No, I kid you not.
Was your name in it?
Wow.
I just picked 3 numbers, okay? I just organized my 3 numbers.
Pick 3, pick 4. Those are 2 of our biggest games in St. Kitts. St. Kitts is what we'd refer to in our sphere of business as a pick 4 market.
Oh, so it's 4. Wait.
There's pick 3 and there's pick 4.
There's pick 4. Let's talk about, I see Express
Cash.
Express Cash, yeah.
Okay, so Express Cash is also a jackpot game, but this is a jackpot game where it's just $1 to play. Whereas Lucky Pick, it's $3.50, and the Super Lotto is $7. Express Cash is $1 to play. And Express Cash is a bit of a game with an instant win. Because most of our games, for instance, Lucky Pick is drawn every day, but it's once a day. Super Lotto is twice a week. Caribbean Numbers, 4 times a day. Pick 4 times a day. But Express Cash is drawn every 2.5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So this game is what we refer to as a social space game, because you can be chilling at a spot and you can place multiple bets and you can know if you win in 2.5 minutes. But the really cool thing about Express Cash, there's 7 spots within the game, 1 through to 7. And of course, as the number increases, so does the prize in that spot. And on the 7th spot, we have a jackpot right now of $752,000 in the 7th spot.
Better go buy a ticket.
This is $1 to play.
$1 for which game?
The
Express Cash.
Express Cash.
$1 per spot. So if you want to play spot 4, spot 7, that'll be $2. But the real kicker with Express Cash right now is the Fireball. You pay an extra $1 for the Fireball, of course, and you double your winnings in that spot. But on the 7th spot, because this is one of the really cool things about the game, and we wanted players to have an opportunity to win. So the Fireball is always one of the draw numbers. It's always one of the draw numbers. So if, for instance, let's say you hit the 7th spot, you automatically win the Fireball. And that's an extra $200,000. So that's $1 million right there.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, in Express Cash. It's pretty should I say, new to our market. The game existed, but we rebranded it, refreshed it, created more ways for people to win. And so now the game is really, really taking off. Just this week, we had somebody win, I think, $5,600 on that game.
I'm still trying to learn and understand the games, but I see.
I know the scratch game and the lotto.
I have no clue
Listen.
of either.
So wait, did you say that the lotto, the big one, is $7 now?
Super Lotto?
Yeah.
It's always been $7 for a ticket.
I thought it was $6. Okay, all right.
Yeah, because it's
Dollar-
plus VAT.
dollar
You know,
difference.
you add that VAT.
Oh,
yeah, you don't forget VAT.
Oh, okay.
The government is sure to get their share.
Jamster seems like a connoisseur.
No, I'm not. Actually, no.
No, that's okay. That's why we're here.
No.
So ask the questions because, you know what I mean, at the end of the day, we want to make sure that
Everybody
the
understands.
listeners know how to play the game. And really and truly, you know, you go to any one of our retailers or retail store in Hosford Value Mart, you know what I mean, we can walk you through these games. And even on our website, thecaribbeanlottery.com, there's how to play explained on the website and all that stuff. So, you know, there are people winning, and there's a lot of folks that's playing this game. You know,
This is the Express Cash, right?
Express Cash, pick 3, pick 4.
Okay.
You know, we have quite a bit of players across the portfolio, but, you know, we want to make sure that folks who don't know about Caribbean Lottery and don't know about what we offer have opportunities to come and learn the game, play, and win.
There's the obvious problem. I hope I'm not going off the reservation, but there's the obvious issue. I've heard people discuss the fact that when you have countries with these much larger populations as part of the pool for the big lotto, some people say, oh well, you know, the chances of us winning in St. Kitts goes down. So how would you push back against that?
It depends on how much you play in the market, because when you play more in the market, the probability of the jackpot hitting in that market astronomically increases. So, for instance, you have Antigua and St. Martin. Lucky Pick hits in St. Martin a lot. Why? Because people play there like crazy, that particular game. So it's not that, and we've had regions like Anguilla with such a small population win the Super Lotto before.
But
So-
yes, but then you have Jamaica and Barbados in the pool, so you know,
Correct, but
that's-
the probability and the game isn't fixed. Let me just knock that out the door straight up. Let's see where you're going. So let me just address that right now. The game is definitely not fixed. So there's equal opportunity. We just have to play more, especially in Super Lotto. You know what I mean? Play more and get that. And hey, if you're gonna play Super Lotto, play another jackpot. Play Pick 4. Play Express Cash.
I'm here looking at the website.
Yes.
Quite easy, you said to go on. And these are persons who won the pick 3 and the pick. I'm on the pick 3.
Correct. You're looking at some of the winner awareness right here. So there's a lucky pick winner. That's 37,000 US, by the way.
Okay.
I said, like, what?
I'm invested. No, I'm invested. I have my
what?
3 numbers.
Lucky
I
pick.
have my 3 numbers. You
That's
guys can't
37,000
see.
US.
But I went on the
So
website.
all the prices are US?
Once lucky pick, because it's a jackpot that is paid out across the region.
Okay.
It's advertised as a win in US, but when you win here, you win the equivalent.
EC equivalent. Okay,
Correct.
got you.
Correct.
Okay.
And in St. Kitts, there's no tax. So if you win 37,000 US, we pay you a check for 37,000 US.
Ooh, la la.
Oh, so some of the other territories have taxes for.
There's some territories that are different,
Okay.
but St. Kitts for certain there's no tax. Like I tell you, we had a player won $250,000 in December, and there was no tax.
What?
These things are kept quiet because nobody
I just
maybe
picked my
it is
3
for
numbers.
the protection of the persons
See,
that win.
What we don't do
You have to be
is
in it
put
to win it.
individuals' faces out there, but
Okay.
we ensure that persons know, hey, there are people winning money.
Okay,
you know?
okay,
So,
understood.
You don't put their faces out there for safety. Right?
Correct,
Yeah.
correct,
Mhm.
correct.
Good, because that was going to lead me to another question, because I know one of the things I've heard people express is I remember I expressed that concern to a friend one time, and they said, well, when you think about it, I mean, how are they going to let people know people win
So
if they
what we do,
yeah.
we have individuals that can take a photo with the check,
Mhm.
but we block out their face completely.
Okay.
So you just see an individual standing with a check,
a check.
for the amount on it, and we post that. So if
Okay.
you go to some of our retailers, we try to put up stuff and we put it on our website. Yeah. See, yeah, but that's small. You know what I mean?
How much money is that?
I just,
this is $8,666.
Listen, I signed a prize for $40,000 just this week. So
that's a single person.
Yeah, in sync is we pay out in our currency. EC. That's a single person. Yes.
What? Oh boy,
no, that's a single person.
You have to be in it to win it.
Exactly.
Got my 3 numbers.
4 numbers between 0 and 9, folks. 4 numbers
In
between
the pick
0 and 9.
3.
Pick 3 is 3 numbers between 0 and 9.
Okay, so you intend to play the pick 3.
And you can increase your wager. So you increase your wager, whatever you increase your wager by, you know what I mean? Like Caribbean numbers, for instance. This game, you can increase your wager up to 20 times, right? So if we were to, and the top prize in Caribbean numbers is $20,000. If we were to get someone actually increasing their wager 20 times and hitting those 3 numbers in the 3rd spot, that's 20,000 by 20. It's 400,000.
I'm not willing to make that all of that thing. But
no, that would just be $20, you know, because it's $1 to play Caribbean numbers.
Oh.
To increase your wager 20 times is just $20.
But see, I don't want to get addicted either. I just want to, you know, have a better appreciation for the product and the possibility
of playing on it.
That's the thing about possibilities, huh?
Yeah.
They're truly not possible unless you're engaged.
That's why I say you gotta be in it to win it. Azard watching me like, you might have to hire me, Michelina.
So let's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask him. I don't know if I'm jumping the gun. I want to ask him about the present jackpot and the amount, and you know,
the present jackpot for Super Lotto is 4.8. I think it's 4.8.
Jamster face. We need a camera by Jamster. Jamster's like, what? Yes, 4.8 Jamster.
Lucky Pick jackpot, I think, is at 96,000 right now. And Super, of course, you know, Express Cash, that jackpot is at 752.
I thought all those things were like you win like $100 and $60.
Yeah. It's how you play, because, and listen, our games are designed in such a way where, let's say you don't get all 7 numbers and you get 4 numbers. There's a payout for that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, for instance, one guy, I remember when we just launched the Super Ball, the Mega Ball, sorry. You know, he was pretty skeptical, which is quite understandable. And, you know, I was like, man, just put it on one bet. And he was about to win $300, and because he played the Mega Ball, he win $1,300. So, you know what I mean? The Mega Ball increases your win astronomically, bro.
So explain how this. I'm reading here where it says like sometimes if you just add $1 when you buy certain things, it's
$1 for the Mega Ball, $1 for the Fireball. And unlike Super Lotto, where the Super Lotto, the Super Ball is a number. With the Mega Ball and the Fireball, it's not a number. It's what happens is for every draw, the system picks a draw where it applies the Mega Ball. So if you chose those numbers and you played the Mega Ball, then you automatically win the prizes for the Mega Ball. And so look at this, right? If you play the Mega Ball and you were supposed to win an additional 10,000, but you increased your wager by 3 times, we not only triple your prize, but we triple the Mega Ball payment.
Oh wow. Well, let's talk about the 2 big promotions that you have going on, because you have us all in here in awe. So let us start with the Big Up Your Spot promotion.
Okay. This Big Up Your Spot is an opportunity for us to work, because we have about 34 retailers across St. Kitts and Nevis. So Big Up Your Spot is an opportunity for where we're working with our retailers. It's a spend of $30 between Pick 4 and scratch tickets, and it can be either or. If you want to spend $30 in just scratch tickets, that's fine. You want to do it in just Pick 4, also fine. But you can do a combination of both. Okay. Now, you spend $30 in your favorite spot where you play. We have select locations for this promotion.
Yeah,
I'm going to run through them. But you spend $30 and you get a chance to win a $300 spend at that particular location. So Albies, that's in that Douglas area. People know it was Germain. Okay. That's behind the football field up going on your way to Monk Hill. And you have Island Flavors. That's
across the Mango Tree Street.
Correct. Across the Mango. You know the spot. You know, you go across this.
Jamson know the spot.
Yeah, you know the spot. You sound like a player.
About food there.
It's okay, man.
Using the food.
When I write your check, ain't nobody gonna know.
Ain't nobody gonna know. Can't lean on Jamster.
Ain't nobody gonna know. You know what I mean? Of course, there's Island Flavors right across by College Street. Got Jenna in the big black and white building that right there. Then Ex-Patrol in Nevis, Stop and Shop in Nevis, Paris Shopping Center in Keyon, Dollar Stretcher in Sandy Point. We have RSR Supermarket that's in Old Road. You know Old right by the bridge right there? Yeah. RSR, that's a supermarket right there. And then Westside Service Station opposite the hospital. And K&P. K&P is actually a mobile accessory store on the Bayfront opposite the terminal. It's just
I know where
right
it is.
by Island Bakeries outlet.
Yeah, I think Mary used to be in that spot. She used to sell clothes there, right next to where Trade Links.
Correct, just below Trade Links, because you have Kawaji and Trade Links right now. Yeah. So just in that spot, a nice little spot. You need some phone accessories and stuff. That's a good spot to go to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And don't forget Tony.
Of course, how can I forget Tony? This portion is actually for Tony. Tony's right by everybody know where Tony is, but that's up the village. Right when you're going in the street opposite, correct? Yeah, Patsy Alice Playfield. Yeah. Tony's one of our longest retailers. He's been with us forever. You know what I mean? Tony's a good sport.
So you said we buy from these.
You spend $30 between scratch tickets and pick 4 at those locations, and they will give you an entry. There's a box right there. You put your name in, your phone number, you put it in, and so you can win $300 at that location. And so it's every location, so we have 10 winners who's going to get an opportunity to get a $300
So can one person go from location to location?
Of course, you can.
Just making sure.
No, there's no, listen, even our promotion that we have at our retail store, Love Yourself. If you want to partake over there in that promotion and overweight, that's absolutely fine. It's fair game. You know what I mean?
So you can win in either
promotions.
Okay.
So tell us about this Love Yourself.
So Love Yourself is a Valentine's promotion.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. It's a spend 30, the very same mechanics. Spend 30 on pick 4 scratch, via combination or just a single game, any one of the two, and you get an opportunity to win a dinner for 2 at Marshall's, a value at $500. Massage for 2 at Nature's Touch, that's in New Road. If you know where the playground is, you go straight up. There's a real nice spot up there, a guy by the name of Lapsy, been a masseuse for a very long time. Yeah. For Marriott as well, he used to do things for Marriott for years.
Yep.
Yeah, really good spot. My wife has been to his spot before. But you get a massage for 2. And then, of course, we don't exclude Nevis. You have dinner for 2 at Sunshine's. You can win that. And there's a Chop Shop voucher value for $200.
Oh, nice.
You know what I mean? Most times people think about Chop Shop, they think females, but you know what I mean? You can go and get your heels done, my guy.
What you said, your heel or your hair?
His heel.
His hair?
Heel.
Oh, because I'm just checking, where's my friend's hair? Feet. Guys, you can always go and get your feet done. Yeah,
that's the guy sitting next to you there.
You too.
But the promotion is really taking off. We try to create real value in our promotions. You know what I mean? Just not get our customers to spend, but you can win something. And really and truly, the real prize is in what you buy.
Okay.
Because the real opportunity to win is in what you buy.
Okay. Chad, when you said these promotions are ongoing, when did they start and when do they end?
Big Up Your Spot started February 21st. January 21st, sorry. And that will end February 24th.
Okay.
And Love Yourself started January 14th. And that is going until February 9th. So we have, I think, just a week and some left in Love Yourself. So feel free to come to any one of our retail stores. It's actually only available at our retail stores.
Love Yourself?
Love Yourself.
Okay.
This is just a retail store promotion.
Okay.
Available. We in St. Kitts, we're located in the Hospital Valley Mall Complex, and in Nevis, we're right in the heart of town. Yeah, right by the Justice Building. Just go down there. It's the first building when you take your right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about age and playing the games. We know we have some young people that look grown more than us, older folks.
Very true.
Do you ask for identification when these individuals present themselves at your establishment or the various stores that carry your products?
Well, with every retailer that we introduce to our products, we go through not just how to play the game, but we go through regulations as it pertains to. We have a slight introduction into like anti-money laundering and stuff like that.
Okay.
And the regulations, we inform every retailer that this is a regulated industry.
Okay.
It's regulated by the FSRC, Financial Services Regulatory Commission.
Mhm.
And so that there's an age restriction on every one of our, once we're doing a mass promotion, we always have an age restriction on it. Like for last year, we had our biggest promotion. We had 2 major promotions last year. It was completely market-wide. One was Party Had, that was for music festival. Yeah, and we have must be 21 or over to play on the posters. And in December, we had a carnival promotion. That was really cool. You could have won a carnival costume from Lux.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I remember that one.
See?
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Because we put good money into our promotions. We want persons to win stuff of value.
But what's the age? So
It's
say
21.
21. Okay, so not 18.
You must be 21 and over
Okay.
to play
Okay.
our game. St. Kitts is actually the only market across the region that has a restriction of that's higher than 18.
Oh.
All the other markets are 18 and over to play.
Okay.
St. Kitts is the only one that is 21.
Okay, we're making
And
it.
that's our statute, and that's absolutely
I did
fine.
not know that. There was 21, okay.
Yeah,
Didn't
you
realize that.
must be 21 or over to play. So, you know what I mean? And right now, it's an area that we're looking into, you know what I mean? We're trying to break into a younger demographic as well to ensure, you know what I mean, the game is available and you have diversity across your players, you know.
So what happens if someone comes into the store and let's say Michelina comes in there or Kortensia and you're thinking they look like they're 17.
No,
can
we
I
ask
see your
for ID.
What do you ask for ID?
We
Okay.
ask for ID.
All right.
So if we ask for ID, and listen, we're not even allowed to a parent cannot send their child to buy a ticket.
Oh, that's good.
No,
Okay.
you have to go back. Send your mother. Send your father.
That's it, go back.
Yeah. No, we just don't.
It
We
makes
don't
sense,
indulge.
yeah.
Understand? We don't indulge.
The rule
At the end
is
of the day,
the rule.
responsible gaming is a big part of our philosophy.
Oh, nice.
You know, so like every year we have to do training on responsible gaming and that type of stuff. If my CSRs are engaging a player who they think, and we're taught cues how to identify a player that is really going in a place that's a little irresponsible, and
Okay.
they have to call it out to me and stuff like that, and we address it
Okay,
appropriately.
nice. Okay, so you don't just take the monies because you can take
Nah,
the
man.
monies. Okay.
Listen, responsible gaming, even social responsibility, we're into that major, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay,
So-
925, Chad Kelly from Caribbean Lotto. Go ahead, Kay.
No, I was going to ask Chad if he
Mhm.
has anything else that he wants to add, and he can once again let us know the places we can go and play, the websites we can go on, and if they're on WhatsApp, Instagram, and all the social
certainly.
media sites. And
Certainly.
once
yeah.
again, remind us of the promotions and when they end.
Yes.
Good call.
So you can go to our, we're on Facebook, the Caribbean Lottery. The same thing for our website, thecaribbeanlottery.com. You can also find us on Instagram. Of course, our promotions, Love Yourself, right now, you get an opportunity to win. Dinner for 2 at Marshall's, dinner at Sunshine's, just go to the chop shop, you know. My daughter loves that. Massage for 2 at Nature. If you notice, a lot of this is for 2. You know what I mean? We're encouraging healthy relationships. But big up your spot, of course, spend 30 and you get an opportunity to win. $300 spend at the select locations, Albies, Island Flavors, X-Patrol, Stop and Shop in Nevis, Paris Shopping Center, Dollar Stretcher, RSR, Westside, KMP, and of course my guy, Tony, in the Village.
And I guess for our listeners who are wondering about some of your games, because it's obvious that a lot of us didn't even know that you guys did some of these things. So they can go to the CaribbeanLotto.com and all the games I explained and
That's correct.
Okay.
You can find how to play information on our website, and you can go to any one of our retailers that you can find. And we even on our website, we actually have the locations of all of our retailers on our website. So we try to.
Is there a number to call, Mr. Kelly? Like,
Yes.
I'm a caller. I want, I might not be able to understand reading or might not be able to read well, but can I call an agent and have him or her explain?
Yep. Of course, if you call an agent,
Not an agent, I
correct.
mean, like,
that would be at the
call.
proprietor's, establishment. But our number at our office is 465-9490. That's St. Kitts, and 469-5411 in Nevis. Those are the numbers for retailers both in St. Kitts and Nevis. So that's 465-9490, 469-5411 in Nevis.
And they will explain to me how to play the pick
certainly.
3 and pick 4.
Certainly.
Okay, so I took the number.
Yeah, so for our listeners, make a call. If you've never played the game, make a call if it's our store. And, they always have that opportunity to get, because if you make the call, that's good, you can get some information. But if you visit the store, we can actually give you more time, because we'd have to split our attention between the phone and actually a customer in front of us. So feel free to visit the store as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Somebody's asking a question on the wall where they're saying, what are the chances of winning?
What are the chances of winning? Pick 4. We have 4 draws a day, and it's, probability of you winning. This is a game
So
where
you have to basically be in 4 times.
No, you can choose to play in any draw you want.
To be in it to win.
You can, we have players who would play 2 draws, 3 draws. A lot of folks play the sunset draw, which is at 6 p.m. Sunset, and we have the evening draw, which is 9 p.m. Yeah,
that's for the big.
You guys are up late.
The big game.
Correct. No, we don't be up late, but what happens? The game draw at 10 a.m. in the morning, 11 a.m. 3 p.m. and then we have 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. And you can call any retailer. I can call our office, get the draw numbers. I can find them on the website.
So, any plans to bring back that TV or like the draw? I know you guys used to do the TV thing at one time.
Super Lotto.
Yeah,
the Super Lotto draw is shown on ZAZ every Tuesday and Friday.
Oh.
Yeah, the Super Lotto draw is shown on ZAZ every Tuesday and every Friday.
But what do you mean 4 draws every day? I'm confused.
For the numbers games, there are 4. When I say 4 draw, because it's a numbers game.
When you go on the website, it explains it.
Correct, it does explain it.
So the numbers are waiting to come in for the first draw, and it says waiting to come in.
But to be in, you'd have to pick numbers for each draw. So the numbers, let's say you buy numbers 8 a.m. this morning, you want to be in the morning draw. If the morning draw passes, those numbers aren't valid for another draw. You'd have to purchase for that other draw.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But you can play those same numbers on multiple draws. That's absolutely fine too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chad Kelly from Caribbean Lotto, and you just heard about their two current promotions. Big up your spot and love yourself, which is right on time for Valentine 2020.
Yes.
Ooh, I like that.
The next time I come, please make sure you pour me a cup of tea. This is
Oh boy, I would.
Yeah, we can't give him. And I wanted to buy some donuts, but I know Azard is watching his
Chad,
figure.
we promise you we're gonna keep it in a flask so it can be hot until, because by the time 9 it's like.
And I'm a tea person myself. So.
Ooh, so welcome to Island Tea.
Get your blitz on. Get your blitz on. Get your blitz on.
Cash Blitz. Play Cash Blitz and get your blitz on. Cash Blitz is here, the newest scratch game from the Caribbean Lottery. With 4 tickets to choose from and the chance to win the big ticket top prize of $200,000. So get your blitz on today at Caribbean Lottery agents island-wide. Must be 21 and over.
Get your blitz on. Cash Blitz.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Rhymes the good food people, always there to serve you. Rhymes the good food people, locations right near you. Rhymes the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rhymes the good food people. When you need better service, Rhymes is always here.
9:32. We just heard from Chad Kelly from Caribbean Lotto, so go to their website, thecaribbeanlottery.com. We got Fireproof coming up next. Gonna get the officers seated and get into it.
Sounded like this.
Radio never sounded like this, sounded like this.
98.9 Win FM.
Win FM.
Stand by.
Get it together.
9:34, and it's time for Island Tea. Fireproof on
boy.
Island Tea. I said Island
boy.
Tea. Okay, guys. We have the fireman here, and I hope you guys had a fire-free week. Okay, I have to come over there and fix that.
They are fire and rescue, not fire and fix it, but there seem to be some handymen over here. How much firefighters does it take to fix a mic?
Two. So you just gotta be
So we
mindful
have
of it.
firefighters and rescuers and engineers.
Yep.
Jam said it's done. It's only me. It's only if I just need to come fix my problem.
It's still, but it's not tight. Yeah, it will hold.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So, officer, we gotta ask you not to hold it. Well, inspector, don't hold it too much, right? Well, good morning, gentlemen, and welcome back to the studio for another episode of Fireproof. So, what is our interesting topic for this morning?
Well, good morning, radio listeners. Good morning, staff of WINNMedia Family and person here at the Island Tea program. Our topic for this morning is the roles of fire, the role that fire department plays within the community. It's a very important topic because you want to introduce, is it?
Go ahead,
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Carty.
Yes, the role of firefighters in our community is very, very, very important because we have to make ourselves available to the public. Persons, mostly I would say, well, we don't see these firemen, we don't see them. So we have to open up our doors to allow persons to come in, and we too have to go out in the public to welcome the world. We ask in persons like daycare and preschools and these institutions, even church members and church groups, can always call on us to come and give a presentation. We can visit preschools to have the children learn a little bit about our tools and equipments, what we do on a daily basis, show them our tools, give them a little gel, you put on the hose, and you have the children holding the hose and taking nice pictures and displaying them on Facebook. All of these we're trying to do to sell our organization at the Fire Rescue Services. So we're not just sitting down there waiting for things to happen. Please reach out to us. Make a visit to the fire department. We can also come out and educate persons as it relates to fire prevention. Any businesses out there, you don't have to wait until we come. Always take the leading role and ask for our assistance in any way to ensure that persons who are working within that community, within that business, are safe. So these are some of we are also first responders.
You could deliver a baby.
If I can
deliver a baby. No, I see, because I watched the firefighter show on TV, and sometimes they deliver a baby because you said you're a first responder.
We are trained. We were trained. You did the EMR training last year, see?
No, I didn't do the EMR training.
So how'd you not delivering a baby?
But you guys do have EMTs.
If you are in a position, if you are in a position, you are in a home with someone, and unfortunately that baby is coming.
No, fortunately.
Fortunately?
Yeah.
We don't want to stay.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want. Yeah.
Okay, then fortunately, I stand corrected. Fortunately, that baby is coming. I'm sure you would do whatever you have to do to assist.
Okay. So firefighters are trained in first aid as well.
Yes,
we are trained in
first aid, but on the TV, there is be delivering babies all the time. There is be cooking. The fire station has an awesome kitchen in all the television shows. There's always food left unattended because they have to go, and then they deliver babies.
Clearly, you can see you're a Chicago firefighter.
You know, right? I didn't want to call it out. Yeah.
For most of those departments, the EMS unit is actually attached to the fire department.
Mm-hmm. They have their own ambulance.
Yes, so they have a very wide cross train, and they do everything. So this day they may be working on the fire appliance, and the next day they work on the ambulance.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But for us, we are just a fire unit. But yes, we are first aid ready. And some aspect of it we can do. Persons would have, as Mr. Clark said, persons would have recently completed an EMR training, which is the same training that the EMTs does.
Okay, that's good.
So just so you know, I'm going to put in a plug again shamelessly to be a volunteer firefighter when the program starts.
She tries every week.
Have you reached out to Mr. Martin as yet?
Who is Mr. Martin?
She spoke to the fire chief. He was here last week,
Oh, okay, Mr.
And
Williams.
Mr. Blois, yeah. So she was imploring them for the whole
That's
show.
the man with the feathers on his hat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The chief firefighter.
Yeah.
Chief firefighter.
Yeah. In charge.
Okay.
So yeah, we are brave men and women who put our lives at risk on a daily basis to ensure that the safety of our citizens, our visitors, our residents within St. Kitts and Nevis. So it's not an easy task. We don't want a person to just get up one morning and decide, I just want to be a fireman because the pay look good. You have to let them know as soon as they come during their orientation, you'll be putting your lives at risk, entering a burning structure to save the lives of others.
But does the pay look good?
Yes, it is.
It could be an incentive, because, like if the pay
So
look
now
good,
you're going to change professions.
I think I'm going to leave and come back, and my value proposition to be a volunteer firefighter is going to increase, and I don't feel like they're taking me seriously.
Yeah.
Soon come.
Yeah. Definitely, I love the idea of community interfacing with the department. I saw the police doing it recently, and I was a little bit competitive, so I'm gonna tell you that I went through the pictures where the police was out in the community talking with the old people and the different people in the community, and I was like, if only I was a volunteer communication officer, we would have been out there too, or in the schools, like maybe doing staff development, ask for one of the Thursday afternoons when school finished 2:30 and teachers have to be there for an hour, so we could go out on the field by Washi or bring Bastille High down Sandy Point High and have fun with the teachers, not just the children, because when the teachers, who are the heartbeat of the education system, believe, the children receive. But a volunteer.
Jesus. I think after
but I did watch the
Clark
pictures, and I was kind of bitter. I was like, if I was on the team, I did. I did watch the pictures.
I wonder if I should say you are on board.
You have convinced the inspector. I'm sure.
Yeah, I was kind of salty when I saw the police. I was like, but we're the firefighters.
We usually do that, That's we usually do that. That's one of our main aspect.
Okay.
police are already out there, so we just can't. I mean, like police take all the shine.
They did good though. Congratulations to the police and their communication and community team. I know sometimes the police get a very hard rap. So for being out there and for being engaging and for connecting, whoever is leading from the top, from the bottom, and just showing up, thank you very much.
Yeah. So what are some of the initiatives that are in place to ensure that your presence is felt more in the society?
Well, we have a very active fire prevention team headed by the Deputy Fire Chief, Mr. Martin, and we would also chime in and do our part to assist him to ensure that these programs are very effective. As I say, we just have to go out to make our presence known and get persons involved. And true, while we are educating, we are also molding young persons to become firefighters and emergency responders. Okay, so these are a number of initiatives. We also have our fire camp. And during that camp, the most successful children are given a deputy fire chief, a hat and a plaque, and a fire chief, junior fire chief. So when they go back, they'll be showing off, oh, I'm a fireman, hoping that when they get older,
they'll come.
They will come.
Okay, good stuff.
Or they won't leave.
Yeah,
and they won't leave.
You don't want them to leave. You want them in the yard at afternoon time. Officer Hajin there. And then some teacher come and you start a homework program in the yard for the children, community engagement, fire and books, girls on fire, mentorship program. I just thought,
Jesus Lord, she working hard.
Just
Officer
thought.
Hodge, anything to add?
one of the goals we hope to achieve from these programs is to instill values, core values in the children. You teach them wrong from right. It's wrong to steal, it's right to help. And just the little things that you could instill in those even toddlers coming up from a very, very early age. You would keep them, and we just hope to make a better society for all of us eventually.
Someone just sent me a fire that happened yesterday. Could we speak to that? I just put it in the chat.
That's of St. Peter?
That's the one with the goats.
Oh, Mr. Hodge was present.
Oh, Mr. Hodge.
Come, you want to talk to us about
2 a.m. in the
that?
morning, Mr. Hodge is on the scene.
So that was this morning?
That was
yesterday
Yesterday
morning.
morning.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long did you take to get ready? I know we have 3 minutes.
Well, I can't speak to the response. However, from all information received, it was a very good response. I was at home, and the deputy fire chief
This
called
a big
me.
fire.
Yes, it was. I think it was the old estate building up in that area.
Douglas?
Yes. It was actually occupied by someone. The left side of it was occupied. And,
The old estate building where, you said?
it's above
I
the
think I
St.
saw it
Peter's
once.
playing field. Down the Dutch Road there.
Okay, I
Oh
don't
my
know. I
goodness.
don't know.
And
So
I would like to say kudos to Mr. Erickson Isaac and his shift, because they did a very, very good job at that fire. The condition of that burning, it was a steady, almost a full burn when they got there. And a gentleman was living on the left side of it. He was there, trapped in his house still, because the only exit to come out of there was on the side where the fire was. So the officers were able to go there. They went around the back and were able to force an entry and get out that gentleman and save.
So they save a life.
They did, yes. And they were able to save a number of the sheep that were penned in the bottom of that structure. But, sadly, a number of them perished. A very large number of the sheep would have perished, but they were able to get some out.
That
The
is
fire
quite
officers
impressive.
went, they did their job, they did what was expected of them.
And this is why we need a communications officer.
Yes, sorry. I would like to say thanks to the Skelec unit as well. Skelec came, they disconnected the power from the building for us, and we were already in operation when that happened. But Skelec stayed on board with us. They used their bucket
Kudos,
truck.
Skelec.
They used their bucket truck, and we were able to use it as a high-rise ladder, and that is how we got most of the flame down.
Oh, good stuff.
Ooh,
Interesting.
Interministerial collaboration.
Yes,
Good
yes.
morning, Skelec. Congratulations, Skelec. Thank you, Skelec.
Yes, yes.
I guess.
Do you know what type of fire it was? Sorry, Jamsil.
It was a structure, but to say what started the fire, no, I can't say.
Okay, all right.
So how in a case like that? Because I saw the video. What's the next step in the investigation in terms of determining what's the next step as far as the forensic side of it?
For that, the police department would deal with it. Police is the one who investigate the fires.
Y'all don't have a investigatory department, because when I watch Chicago Fire, there's no, some of the lieutenants, they look right. Y'all should watch it.
Actually, yeah, you got, yeah.
There's arsenic investigators who are firefighters who know fire, because the police people might not know fire. This is why we need communication, because this is our field.
But in terms, I remember we had this discussion with Tim and in terms of determining what caused the fire. Is that? But don't you guys have like a forensic fire person on your staff?
There was a person in the person of Mr. Leslie Keynes, but he has retired. However, the forensic team, he was working along with the police forensic team.
Okay.
The police takes charge on any investigation.
Okay. All right.
It's good to have one on board, yes.
Yeah.
But a lot of the officers could actually pinpoint. I think that is the cause. Like, I'm not a doctor, but if something happens, I will be able to say, okay, well, I think this is causing that. But professionally, I can't give the determination. So even the officers could determine. You cannot go into court and stand up and say, hey, I think that is what happened. You still would have to call on that unit to do that.
And get proof.
What I love about what we just discovered here as an educator, it is very important in my capacity that I am aware of job opportunities and different careers, so that my children who come to the fire camp, want to be a fireman, but their mother said, not me bright son, you ain't going to be no fireman. Let's be honest, you ain't going to be no fireman. You're going to be a doctor. And so he liked fire, he liked science, and he could say, well, mommy, I could be a forensic investigator and specialize in fire, and mommy, you're going to get the status of having a big scientist son, and I going to get to participate in passion. And it's a STEAM career. No, because the parents need to be buying with their good children, that is the culture that we live in St. Kitts. And even persons who are curious about, I don't want to be a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief. I want to be something different. What is available for me as a career option? So,
and to add to what you're saying, Michelina, persons look at, let's say for instance, the solid waste landfill. When you hear somebody say, boy, I want to go work at solid waste, I mean, you may look down on them. But solid waste is in need of a scientist basically to determine, how fast garbage would break down and what happens when it breaks down, and the proper way of actually running a landfill like that. So even though it is solid waste, it's just a completely different aspect of the work, and persons I think are too narrow-minded when you talk about certain things.
When I get the volunteer position to be the community liaison officer, we could do like a science we could do like a fire and career conference and invite, persons, young children from schools, from the college, young adults. See, officer taking notes, and he won't hire me,
But
he said you
Inspector said you were hired.
It's fire, so it's STEAM career, fire and careers, and you have a little conference and you bring in the different people so they could be exposed. I watch him writing on my idea, when I send in my resume for the volunteer position, men even asking for pay. Okay, who is the PS for fire?
That would be Miss Hall.
Miss Hall, good morning.
Does that fall under Connors or?
No,
National
no.
security.
Prime Minister.
Oh,
Prime Minister.
okay.
PMO?
National security.
Good
Okay.
Prime Minister.
Question. In terms of, I know that it's been a long term. I know it's a long term plan for the fire services to get like a bucket trucks and the ladder for, and I guess that fire probably shows. I mean, the fact that you mentioned Skelec had to come and you guys helped. They helped out with the bucket trucks. What so? Is this a case where after the fire, you guys go and say, "You see, this is," well, and so how does that work? I mean, I'm sure that fire makes your case stronger, but I guess the problem, not problem, the issue might be money. And
well, in a case, actually, what was suggested, and the deputy fire chief was on the scene and was very much actively involved in the
That's the one
extinguishment
that I
of that
have
fire.
to contact to get the volunteer position.
It was given to you already by Mr. Clark.
Okay.
Yes, so the deputy fire chief was on the scene and would have seen the effectiveness of using that bucket truck. However, as we know, everything is funding, and fire service is not a department that brings in funds, so it's a bit hard for us to get stuff. However, I suggested having a partnership with Skelec, because Skelec has an emergency team as well, and they're always on call. In a case like that, where that situation arises and it's needed, you don't just call them because we're going, but if it's needed, I'm sure that if we make a call to the emergency number, they won't deny us the opportunity of using that thing to help out some citizen somewhere.
And it's an obvious connection because electricity causes fires. You could have an electrical fire, and when fire is going on, there's always some, I don't know, some sort of electrical component. As you said, Skelec had to come to disconnect the current. There are electrical causes. A few times we saw fire up in the Skelec generator, big generator, they blow up. So I think y'all never see the videos.
I was just wondering, what was the technical reason for them to actively come and disconnect the fire?
The
current.
The current, sorry.
Okay.
Well, we were fighting the fire, but it's good to have the electricity disconnected, because at times you would actually get shock while using the water with the
electricity.
current.
Oh, yes.
It burns the insulation. The fire burns the insulation off. So you hit it with the water, you would get shock.
Okay.
I have no idea what you just said. You could say it again, simple and slow.
Okay.
Like I hear you, but may understand it.
The insulation. This covers the wire.
So the coating over the wire.
Yes, is
so
the
coating
insulation.
over your headphone covers it.
Yes. So if when there is a fire, the coating is burnt off and the copper wire stays open.
And then the water becomes a conductor.
Yes.
From the hose, believe it or not. Yeah.
See, so that's I still ain't understanding full. I understand a little bit now. So science and fire. Science and fire. Science fire field.
Wow.
Science fire field. That's like three projects, I think at the top of the interviewing chain.
I never even thought about that. Wow.
Yeah.
And then you're talking about a column of water this isn't like no garden hose type thing. This is a big column of water. You guys are a thing. And
so it's a safety thing.
Okay.
It's a certain pattern that we have to use, because once water hit that electricity, you'll be feeding back to the branch. We have the branch here. They have a straight jet. So once it hits electricity, coming back in the water, and most of our branch are metal. So we would get you.
Because remember, water is a big conductor.
So the electricity is coming from where it is traveling in the water,
to
coming to you.
And not only
So you can only die going into the house. You could die holding the house or be injured.
I've been at a fire scene where we're outside and you're walking on the grass outside, but because of the water being saturated there, you're getting shock while walking. You touch the wall, you get shock.
Because electricity is still on.
Is present.
Well, we applying water We have been seeing the electricity sparking different colors.
You don't go home.
Yes, we do.
No, I mean, like, I could imagine this is why I need, like, the community go for the children and do the projects and stuff, because I can't imagine seeing fires and then electricity and water. I would go home. They would have to call the island the next day.
Listen, guys, seriously, I never thought about
part.
all of that.
The risk.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I hope y'all get good risk.
Is this a normal occurrence that the electricity department work with you gentlemen, or this is the first and you hope it's the first of many?
Well, for the bucket truck, I don't think it's the first, but it's normal for us once we're responding to a structure fire, along with calling out the heads of station, heads of department. The electricity department is one of the entities that we call.
Okay.
Because you're looking for current to be there, and they need not only to just disconnect it from that point, but maybe to take it off of the pole so that the electrical wire isn't just lying around.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
A lot of dangers, but we constant training.
Plenty dangers.
I would go home. I really would.
You can't go home?
We have 2 minutes, so I'll give you guys the last word for today's edition of Fireproof.
Well, basically, we want to thank you once again for being here. We have more knowledge to depart.
Depart? I know you want to go, Mr. Clark.
Impact mean going forward.
Okay. I thought you said depart, because I just want to know why you want to depart already.
Interesting Freudian slip. He's
impact. Yes.
Does he look like he's ready to leave us?
So we'll be back on a weekly basis. We'll have the interaction. Hopefully we'll be getting some more calls to get the input from the general public. If we did any faults, if there were any faults at any fires, you can always call in and let us know where we are going wrong, so we can go back to the drawing board and educate and train our officers more, so be more efficient and effective at our job going forward.
For the record, you realize I was trying to bring in a call, but then the person hung up or whatever. So
Yes, before we leave, I would like to officially welcome Miss Charles on board as our newest volunteer fire officer. Michelina has some very, very good ideas.
Yes.
She thinks faster than anyone of us.
Yeah, she thinks on her feet. Yep.
And I love the children and I love the community. So to have a purpose, just give me a reason and a space, and you tongue got a lot of children. Now you got school right next door. Our teachers just be tired, We just well want community help. Just like how I want the children them, but we just gotta know what each other need.
No pun intended, but she's a firecracker, isn't she?
Oh, we have a big school right there waiting.
Yep. And that school is actually celebrating its 24th anniversary of Stucker Clark Primary. I was actually shocked. That means I'm old. Jesus. I didn't know it was renamed that long. Oh, boy.
Okay, guys. Hey, you know what? We have a caller coming in. I'll take the call. It's 10 o'clock, but let's take the call. Caller, go right ahead. Please be brief. Go ahead for Fireproof.
Yeah, hello. Put on the same policeman, but me there in a lot of trouble. People said them and shoot me. So
Okay, that's our semi-regular crank caller. So, okay, guys. Well, once again, want to wish you guys a fire-free week. I know it doesn't work every time, obviously, but he's hoping that you guys will return next week in one piece, because fires happen, and so you guys have a great weekend. And that's going to do it for today's edition of Island T. I'll give you guys your last word as well. especially the new staff member at the Fire and Rescue.
See my new picture, like I'm onboarding. I hope you guys could actually put in a real word for me. St. Kitts and Nevis, everybody who has influence for the fire department, the Ministry of National Security, Miss Hall, Chief, how do you say it? I have to learn these things if I want the job.
Chief Fire Officer.
Chief Fire Officer, Deputy Chief Fire Officer. A pleasant good morning to you. My name is Michelina, and I would love to be a volunteer firefighter. I would like a yellow hat, and I'm really good at project management, integrating fire protection, visibility, and benefits with the community and everybody else. I love you. Good morning.
Okay, and they always seem to be listening when Michelina is on. So I'm just gonna make an appeal to the powers that be. Please get the fire and rescue services whatever equipment they need, like ladder truck, bucket truck. Please, it would be nice.
And I'm volunteering. You don't have to give me a paycheck. A stipend would be nice, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll come for free.
Okay, guys, have a great weekend. That's going to do it for Island TV. We have Voices coming up at 11 o'clock. I think Socrates is joining us today. So everyone have a great weekend. That's going to be for Island. That's going to be it for Island TV until Monday.
Tea time, calling night, noon, and morning.